So in this video, I'm talking about an example of a reason why HMOs don't really work, especially in London. So here we've got a property that somebody's selling at 500 and somebody's put in an offer of 490, saying that they're going to use 75% loan to value. So let's say round it up, they're going to borrow 375. No, so 350, I should say. 10%, 50, 100, 125. No, 375. So they're going to borrow £375,000 at, let's say, 5.5%. The monthly interest-only payment will be somewhere in the region around £1,800. So they put 125 grand down as a deposit, borrow 375. So bear that in mind. So when we come to return on investment here, so they spend. They borrow 375, pay 5.5% on an interest-only payment basis, £1,800 per month. Then, as a HMO, you got to run it as gas, electricity, water, council tax, cleaner, broadband, maintenance. Let's say somewhere around £700 at the kind of the minimum, really here, because this is going to be a 6-bed HMO, roughly around, let's say they rent for around £700, I said, because it's in East London. So that's £3,500 coming in. But on exit, £1,800 interest only, £700 at the minimum on all the utility costs that I've explained. So that's £2,500. So right now, they're making £1,000 per month each month, which sounds great. But let's say now they had to spend money to do this house up into a 5-bed HMO. So presumably an extra bathroom, they'll have to make sure the HMO regulation standards are in, smoke alarm, fire alarm panels, etc., etc. So you've got all of that expense. Let's, for argument's sake, let's say £15,000-20,000 of spend. So you have got a period of time where you are not making any money. Let's say that's worth another 5 grand. So really, on entry, you're spending 25k on these kind of refurbishment stuff, 125 on your deposit. So you're in at 150, and you're then going to make £1,000 a month each month, excluding management charge. So if you're going to run it yourself, you'll make £1,000. So that's £12,000 in 1 year. But you've put in £150,000. So 10% is at 15 grand return. You're making less than 10% return. So you're making about 8% return on your money. If you did that as a managed service, you'll probably be looking at 5% return on your money. Let alone that the fact that these figures are at 100% utilization, which means that every month for every property, they have to be rented all of the time for you to make that kind of money. So for me, this is why HMOs just don't work, because you do a lot. I forgot to say, so these costs don't include licensing costs. So the licensing cost could be anywhere around £1,500 to £2,000 for 5 years. Then you've got EICRs, gas cert, EPC. So you've got all of these kind of yearly or 5-yearly costs that will need to be done as well. So you can see quite quickly that £1,000 probably be around £900, £850 per month. So it will cost you somewhere in the region. Let's say it's just for my maths, £800 you're making times 12 is £9,600. So you make £10,000 per month net before tax. That means it will cost you 15 years to get that money that you invested in back before you start to make some form of profit, which is absolutely bonkers. So if you still think HMO is the right way forward, please comment below, let me know why you think that is. And the cash flow might be great, but your investment and your return on investment is so poor, let alone that the fact that you are going to be managing a whole heap of regulations that you're going to have to get your head around as well. And it gets worse and worse as we go on.